welcome back to the show. You're here with me, Amaya, and if you haven't had your breakfast yet, then I'm sorry, but we are about to make you even hungrier because we have some guests on our show who have been cooking up a storm in Colombo recently, and we've been speaking to them about these two new ventures that they've started up, and they've actually opened up shop together. So we have Yeri and Johan from the English Cake Company, and Kevin and Shari couldn't be here today, unfortunately, but you're here representing Panino. So welcome again to the show, and say hi to everyone who hasn't seen you so far.
Hi.
Morning.
Morning, yes. But we were speaking about how you started up your love for food and all of these things, but anything new that you want to introduce later on, and how do you innovate? What's the innovating process like for you?
Well, I got stages in my mind. I keep telling Ali in stage 8, which she doesn't know which stage it is. Because I think Colombo is actually ready for taste of real food. You know, I mean, I think we've got into a habit of, going for nice looking food rather than the taste. So we have sort of in plan to sort of expand into other sort of food, even sweet and savory things that you don't get here, like the English things. That's why it's the English Cake Company. Currently we're doing like quiches, but we want to do pies and things you don't get here. But all sort of again try and use the local flavors, local produce. So yeah, there's lots of plans in the future for us, hopefully.
We have, so Johan has all the big plans, and I have the smaller plans. Like I want to start. I want to start. I want to start doing ice cream. He wants to open a shop in another country. I want to start adding chocolate to the cinnamon buns, and Johan wants to open a cooperative supermarket that sells organic, freshly made products. So we have sort of different approaches to things, but sort of complementary approaches. But yeah, no, we have lots of ideas about how to develop, and Kevin will tell you about. He's got similar ideas.
Yeah, I think what we want to do initially is expand the menu. We've had the menu pretty much the way it is since we started last December. We kind of want to get some more Sri Lankan kind of directed flavors, like maybe sini sembol, egg and cheese panini, something like that. We kind of want to go that direction. We also are looking at some breakfast options, like homemade bagels with different cream cheeses made out of yogurts and that kind of thing. Stuff that, like Johan and Ellie said, that it's difficult to find. It's difficult to make. It's not an easy thing to produce, but something that we used to really enjoy eating, and we hope our customers will enjoy it too. So
I think we all really love food. So Kevin, we were in the shop the other evening, and Kevin was saying something about spaghetti, and we were saying, we should do spaghetti in the shop, and then we could do spaghetti with this and the olive oil. And
they were eating. We had one of the staff members. We saute our mushrooms for our mushroom and cheese panini, and she was just eating the mushrooms plain. And then we got on the whole pasta conversation. This would be great with some pasta and maybe a little garlic and
parsley.
Yeah, and a little parsley, and so I think we're all foodies at heart. My wife Shari and I, that's one of the things we really enjoy doing is dining out, going and checking out new places, seeing what's out there, what people are doing. Those ideas help us generate more ideas. So I think that's we both have pretty ambitious plans for the future. So
that's great, right? You do need ambitious plans to really go far in this business, and it's great that you have so many stages ready as well. You're on stage 8.
Currently on stage 2.
Right. So you're on stage 2, but there's stage 8 planned out already. That's really great. But how do you strike a balance between, or do you want to strike a balance between comfort food and sort of high-end gourmet cooking? Ellie?
I suppose from our perspective, the sort of the high-end gourmet cooking is not something that we're known for. We're known for producing really tasty, as if your mum had made them, cakes. So they do taste really, really good. They do not look perfect a lot of the time. They look very edible. That's what a lot of the feedback we get from the customers are. They say, looking at the menu, and we've got this menu which we still need to print of photos of all the cakes. If you go to you know, the cake shops in Colombo or the 5-star hotels, their cakes look amazing. They look beautiful, and particularly some of the 5-star hotels. But then when you cut into them, the taste sometimes isn't as good as you're expecting. Ours, they do not look perfect, but the idea is that they do taste really, really good.
All right.
So gourmet, I suppose, obviously it means sort of literally, means sort of tasty type thing. So gourmet in terms of taste, then absolutely. We do that, and we don't think we strike a balance. We think we do have gourmet food because it is very tasty. But if you mean gourmet in terms of beautifully decorated, pristine, perfectly produced things, then certainly it's not something which we do very well at the moment.
I think taste is paramount. I think taste is the most important. That's what you deliver on.
That's what we want to deliver.
And that's what our customers say time and time again, that things are just so tasty, the sandwiches, the cakes, and that's
they don't care about how we look.
Exactly. In fact, ironically, one of the things which I make is a creme brulee tart, and when you do it, it looks perfect. It looks really, really nice. The moment you cut into it, it collapses. The sort of the creme brulee, the sort of the burnt sugar topping cracks and goes all over because it doesn't crack evenly along the slice. It just is a mess. Then the sort of the rich vanilla custard underneath sort of sags a little bit, etc. It just, honestly, it looks a mess, and it's the thing that sells out the fastest when we have it.
Well,
because people look at it and say it looks so tasty.
So on that note, we have a small video of we invaded Ellie's shop actually, and we have a small video of Ellie making a chocolate tart for you. This sounds delicious. Let's go check it out.
Hi, this is Good Morning Sri Lanka. My name is Ellie Gallipitagay, and we're here at the English Cake Company, the Cakery and Panino. And I'm going to be making today a baked chocolate tart. The pastry for the baked chocolate tart is the same as the sweet pastry that I made earlier, but with some cocoa added. And now I'm going to be making the filling. So we put the chocolate in with the unsalted butter. And then we add the cocoa. And then we add some salt. So this now needs to be melted on the stove. Niroshi, thank you. And while that's melting, we have in here the fine sugar, and to that we add 20 eggs. And once the last egg has been added, then we whisk it all together and wait for the chocolate to finish melting. Okay, so now I'm going to mix these two together until they're soft and creamy, and then we'll add golden syrup and cream, and then the chocolate mixture, and then the filling is done. And now the mixture is thick and creamy. We add 16 tablespoons of golden syrup. And this is what gives the tart its lovely gooey, chocolatey consistency. It's an extremely rich tart. The last of the golden syrup goes in. Followed by 16 tablespoons of cream. 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we mix all that up together as well. we add the chocolate mixture. The smell is wonderful. I love the smell of cooking chocolate. And in it goes into the cake base. Perfect. And then into the oven, again for about 40 minutes until it's baked and the top is beautifully cracked and the middle is still gooey, so it oozes out chocolate when you cut into it. And this is the baked chocolate tart I've just taken from the oven. You can see that it's cracked a little of the top, which I think adds to its attractiveness, but certainly the taste is still amazing.
Wow, so that was a very good looking chocolate tart that we just showed everyone on a Monday morning, and now I'm sure that you're going to have a big influx of customers into your shop to find out how they can taste a slice of that. But how was the experience of making that on TV, on camera?
How honest can we be? It was. I just felt very sorry for the film crew.
No.
They came and they were so lovely and very, very patient, and they wanted to film a number of, I think they wanted to film us doing about 4 cakes. Well, 3 hours over the time I'd managed to produce 2.
But 2 very, very, very good looking cakes, so I'm sure that they were fine with it. But tell us now, I know from, okay, I'm going to make a confession now. I've had some of their cakes and they're amazing. So you've been at the Good Market as well, both of you, both of your shops. So what was that experience like at the Good Market? Kevin?
The Good Market's been fantastic. I mean, we actually started at the inception, which was December 6th of last year. And we've seen it grow from just some mild interest to really kind of exploding right now. Lots of great vendors, you know, anything from handicrafts to organic vegetables to live entertainment to kids programs. It's really filling that whole outdoor venue over at Water's Edge, you know, very nicely. And we just see the crowd expand every week. So for us now, the challenge is try to keep up with the customers. So it's been really good for both of us. I'm sure. Yeah. You know, Johan and Nelly would say the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the same for us since we started. It's been so busy, and I mean, it's been good. We've been running out. We every week we've been producing more and more and more, trying to cope with the demand. But it's been every week we've been running out, which is a nice thing. But then there's lots of customers who come after work. They were really disappointed at the time because no one could come. But now, at least, because we got the shop, so they're really pleased. They can at least come whenever they can. So
it's really, I mean, it's really good. As Kevin said as well, it's really gone from strength to strength, the Good Market, and it's just a fantastic concept run by some wonderful people who it's a voluntary thing. It's run by some volunteers, but they're amazing, and it's just grown from being, I don't know, maybe sort of like 10, 12 stalls, and now there's like 3 whole rows, so there must be
80 plus vendors.
Yeah, and the range has increased. The vendors they're all super. It's just a really nice place, and we're very fortunate because, as you know, we have 2 small boys, and they love it every single week. The oldest one says, "Shall we go to my market?" And he wants to go on Saturday when it's not there, and we're like, "No, darling, you need to wait until Thursday because that's when it is." And they're so. Everybody's so sort of supportive and helpful. They're looking after them, so if they're sort of heading towards the lake at great speed, somebody will stop them.
That's always